briefcase. You know, I talk about the working man since I ain't got a job. This is my job, YouTube. I remember once this person was like, I was holding up a sign back in the day because, I didn't have no embarrassment. Now I'm like, oh man, I want to be better than that. I want everyone in Daytona to see me like that. Hey, if it comes down to the point I gotta make $1, I maybe do it. But I tell you one thing, I won't prostitute myself. What they call it, gay for pay? Nah. And then they try to say they're not gay. I think that's pretty gay, but right now I want to do. I gotta do my options of saying things. I don't have nothing against gay people. This right here is the bus station. And what I want to say about the bus station is they can be very uptight and stuck up. And if you want to know if you're getting on the right bus, you might as well forget it because they ain't going to tell you. I remember one day I walk up to the bus driver. I know they were kind of like talking and stuff, but it's your job. And I'm like, hey, man, look, this is how you get bus information. Is that what I had to do? I had to push the button? Is this what I'm talking about? What was it, a button all along that I just had to push? Would it even work? But I'm asking information from the bus drivers, and they completely ignore me. And I really got upset because I was like, I mean, if you have a job, you should enjoy it. You should be motivated to talk to people. Just like when I worked in the restaurant business for a year. And I wish I would have stayed there and worked longer because now I went through a lot of heart pain. You know, I had the full butterfly effect, and I've been through so much in my life because I chose to leave that spot. And I definitely liked it when I was a single person, when I was single-hearted and didn't want nobody. That was a way better life than the life I live now. So I guess a bunch of little kids drew this, maybe like in 5th grade, I don't know. Looks like they did a pretty good job. These, I don't know so much. These are a little too crafty. Maybe someone else in the higher grade level. Or maybe just someone just did this to figures this is artistic. Doesn't really say. But yeah, I'm not really too interested in art, especially if like some kids did it. This one's pretty neat. There's a cross in the church. I remember when I was in Jacksonville, there was a church on every corner. Got down here. There's churches down in the corner, man. There's one Kingdom church, so I figured out that they deny the Trinity, and I'm like, you can't really deny the Trinity, man. Even wrote in the very beginning of 1 John that God and the Holy Spirit, that they were together. So when you deny the Trinity, you're pretty much a cult. It's called like Family Kingdom, but I heard you can go down there and they help out like people who need help or people who are about to go homeless. So that's a good thing. You know, but I have to say that I'm not saying that I don't really know. I'm not the judge of everyone, but the devil disguised itself as an angel of light. So no matter what, you might bump into some really pretty girl who has all the talk and tells you that all these things that make you sensitive, and she hugs up on you, and then all of a sudden she finds somebody else to get with and leaves you and you're stuck by yourself once again. You're heartbroken while she's over there in another man's hands. And it's really sad that these days that we live in a society where these girls have been done wrong, or ladies, and now instead they become that evil person that's done them wrong. Like, I never see it. Why become the serial killer? Because he killed people. You know what I mean? Like I want to say other words, but gotta watch out for that shadow ban. So, anyways, let me get back on the topic. So you got people who sit around talk about how bad the economy is and how people can't afford rent and stuff like that, and somehow they become top YouTubers. But I talk about real life situations, and I don't quit talking about real life situations. And if it involves my life, I think that you might have actually went through it, because it says, even in the word, that some other brother has actually went through the same thing that you have went through. So, we live in a big world where it just repeats itself. We maybe got cars. Oh yeah, the story about this girl who I met, her name was Alice, and I met her on the bridge. So I give her like a bunch of stuff before I leave. Sorry about telling about my good deeds, but since I'm making YouTube videos, I gotta discuss my stories of what happened. I gave her all this stuff, especially since I was leaving. Old nasty menthol cigarettes. I don't know why people smoke those. Especially since I was leaving, I was like, hey, you can have all this stuff. I had a little storage system. I was living on the streets for about a month. And I was doing good with God for a while. And then I just let the devil pan me down and get me on the streets and made it worse. And I'm going to tell you the truth. That is the worst thing you ever want to do, is get worse while you're on the street. Do things to manipulate your mind. Hang around people who are bad for you. So anyways, I gave her the key in the lock. I had a bike. It had a flat. I buy her 2 tires. So I come back, and I'm looking for this person for a while. And then I finally find her. And then I was like, oh, what about the bike? And she's like, what bike? I left the bike right here. I gave you the key, the lock. How could you have not went down there and get it? I gave you 2 tires. So maybe she took the 2 tires or traded it in for some stuff off the streets and just forget about the bike. The bike wasn't that bad. I got this from some young longboarder that calls herself Strange Jen. She was up at her boyfriend's house. Yeah. So, anyways, really nice person. Kind of like a witch, though. Don't be honking at me. I know how y'all bus drivers are. I was just talking about y'all. Get on down the road. Ah, keep on honking. So these are the guys you want to watch out for. The bus drivers. They're very rude and inconsiderate. They don't like people. You ask them a question, they get mad. So I guess that's really like a moral of my whole story is Daytona bus drivers are not good people. The majority of them. Oh yeah. You can even get on the bus and people will be like, don't ask them a question. That's how bad it is, guys. I don't know if they're actually from here or what. I don't know what consumes people to be like that. One time I was like, they sure don't know Southern hospitality like I do, or like people around Texas do. I was like, look how they do people down here. And then the next day I had to ask some information to the same person I said that to, and it's kind of funny. I try to get along with everybody, even though they make me upset sometimes. My problem with people is the way they treat others. Like, I get mad because if you treat me like that, I know you would treat somebody else like that. Like, one time I remember I was at work and all I wanted was a glass of water. And this guy told me that I needed to go get water from the other side of the people. Well, I was on one side, and so I got really upset at him, and I said, but then my supervisor made me go back up there and go apologize to this person. You know how that goes, you know. But anyways, yeah, we forgave each other. He was like, don't talk to me like that again. Don't ask them any questions. Yeah, well, that's the life of the bus driver lane. Oh, this is not the main. This, and what else they do is they switch the parks at night. Like, you have a whole different route. Like, your whole entire route is different at night than it is during the day. And so there's a different day one, and this one's meant for night. Or I think even Sundays, I think they even switch it. Maybe on Saturdays, I don't know. You have to go push the button and ask information because the bus driver sure ain't gonna tell you. So that is my review on the Daytona bus station. Daytona Beach, not Daytona, Ohio. This is Daytona Beach. We got a beach, guys and girls, ladies.